All right, so we can all agree that 2020 and the pandemic normalized stuff that, let's face it, it'll take a while to get used to as being a part of everyday life. I mean, in 2020, people were adopting pets only to later cast them in a reboot of Milo and Otis. I mean, isn't that a bit much if you think about it? We should have really listened to Sarah McLachlan and those Arms of the Angel Pets fund thing. Anyway, something that I'll never get used to that became normal in the pandemic, believe it or not, are air fryers. I mean, such a simple thing, I know. And in my opinion, it just feels like an invention that you would see promoted by a guy in a sweater at 4 in the morning, being like, but wait, there's more. It can also cook an entire chicken. Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? For 3 easy payments of $19.95. Okay. What was that? I don't know. Another thing is, air fryers really don't make cooking easier. I mean, you gotta turn it over so both sides are cooked evenly, and one side isn't gonna be soggier than the other one. Just saying, that doesn't happen in a toaster. One more thing I'm gonna say on this is, I learned how to cook grilled cheese a certain way, but in an air fryer, I made burnt cheese. Okay? The other side was soggy too. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, I hope you had a nice Valentine's Day. And everyone else, I hope you had a nice Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, the start of the week was full of love, hip-hop, and football, you could say. Yeah, it was rap music this year for the halftime show. And I know for some of you, you enjoyed it, but others just felt a rush to their head. Kind of like 50 Cent. But that's just on him hanging upside down for his performance. Who does he think he is, Batman? Now, normally I spend my Valentine's Day alone and to myself. This year was no different. But I decided to spend this year watching J-Lo's movie. Nope, not the one that just came out with Owen Wilson. I'm talking about... I watched Selena for the 3rd time. I mean, this movie never gets old.
I'm starving. Hey, Dad! Pizza!
So as you go out in the real world, in the back of our mind we recall things that people have told us our entire life. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, there's no such thing as dumb questions. Don't touch that vase, it's expensive. Sorry, that was off topic. But, like, it doesn't hurt to ask if you don't know something. And, you know, every now and again, someone might give you the answer you're looking for, but they also might tell you something that's a little harsh, like, maybe if you didn't use those thumbs all day to be on social media, you could just Google it and find out for yourself. That will save so much time and energy. Leave me alone, I'm watering my cat. So the longer you're in the real world, you'll find out that some people aren't nice. Yeah. What crawled up them? No. But at least they gave you an answer, as if you didn't think to Google it before you started asking people. But Google, I barely know her. Sorry, I shouldn't be this edgy. Like, I've never been this edgy before. I don't know why I chose this season to start. No idea. I mean, I'd hate to contradict what I've said already, especially in the same segment, but... Okay, I may contradict what I say all the time, but we as people Sometimes don't think about the questions we ask before we say them. Welcome to Dairy Queen. How may I help you? Yeah, do you guys sell ice cream? This is Dairy Queen. Yeah, that's insane. And I've heard some crazy things while I worked in retail. Like, yes, ma'am, that is one size fits all. Could you check in the back and see if you have it in a smaller size? Assistant manager to seasonal. Customer needs. They need help. So I watch a lot of TV, which means I have some of the answers. Not all of them, but some. And the other day, my brother's on the phone with his tutor, and he's assigned "Oh Captain, My Captain." Buckle up, because this is one of the many reasons I'm glad I graduated already. So, the tutor asks him why he relates to "Oh Captain, My Captain." And then his answer was just priceless. Priceless. He's like, well, I resonated with the story because it's about a captain and he's on the seas and it's the day in the life of a boat captain and Catherine could be a captain. Literature. And I'm sitting there listening and like, oh my goodness. So then the tutor tells him, yeah, actually, it's about Abraham Lincoln. I could have told him that because, I grew up with Full House. I saw Dead Poets Society. Okay, maybe just Full House. How about this? 1-800 numbers are the biggest gamble to whether or not you're going to get your question answered. That is, if you can have the patience to sit through the most condescending automated menu. All our operators are busy with other callers. Yep, sure. Your call is very important to us. Whatever you say, multi-million-dollar company. Your call will be answered in the order it was received. So never. So much trouble to get your Wi-Fi reset, but good to know there's a Disney Plus bundle. Well, we have a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. So this show can be challenging in many ways, like some more obvious than others, but a lot of things that I picture up here doesn't translate well in the actual show. Full segments, sometimes like whole segments will be cut often. Like, take this deleted scene from last week, for example. How about this? I got 2 words for you. Renesmee Cullen. I checked out Breaking Dawn Part 2, and I can't watch past a certain point because they used a CGI baby, and it was a little distracting to me. What in the son of the mask is going on there? But I heard there was consideration to use an animatronic as well. But can you imagine the Pinocchio Pokemon? Can you imagine the Pinocchio parallels there? Like, I want to be real. Just like the Gen Z say. You see, what had happened was... Yeah. Whatever this thing is. No, in all honesty, it was just not added to the show by mistake. It was forgotten somehow. But I think it was a good choice not to go back and add it in because... I think the Twilight community would have been mad at me for using the Swan Cullen's baby name, and I'm not even speaking real English. Let's try that again. I think that the Twilight community would be mad at me for using the Swan Cullen baby's name in vain. We can't let that happen. We can be indecisive. It takes a while to make a decision, but once our mind is made up, it feels like there's a time frame. You can make plans, but then the day before, you find out the plans were canceled. And I'm just gonna say, if you want to make a life-changing decision, if it's positive, not COVID related, but if it's positive, get on it before you change your mind. I mean, a lot of my ideas are like Victoria Justice. They're back, then they're gone for a while, then they're back again. She always comes back. I mean, not only with decision making, but honestly, my mind kind of operates differently. Like, take this for example. Hot air balloons, like, are up in the air where I live, like, every morning. Now, to a normal person, they'd see that and go, "Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome?" Yeah, sure. But someone like me, I see that, I'm just too observational because my brain, by default, makes me think, what's the deal with all the hot air balloons? I mean, there's so many up there, but yet there's only 25 blimps in existence. What's the deal with that? It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like wearing an Apple Watch, but everything you own is Samsung. Alright, this week's list is titled 7 Things You Can Say to End a Call Politely. Alright, no hesitating with this one whatsoever. Number 7. Let me call you back, I'm ordering food. Number 6. Boy, I could sure use a coffee. Number 5. Hey, my boss is calling, let me get that. Yeah, no lie. I'm gonna be 100 with you. My boss is calling. Yeah, gotta pick that up. No, okay. That was... None of that's on this list, by the way. Number 4. Something just came up and I gotta go. Number 3. Traffic's picking up. I have to pay attention, yeah. Number 2. In a tunnel, sorry. And number 1. 7 things you can say to end a call politely. You have the wrong number. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Alright, so I wrote this song. It's basically trying to see someone who's ghosting you's side of the story. So if you're being ghosted or you're ghosting someone, maybe this song is for you and I. You and me. You and I. Okay. Maybe you're busy. Something had come up. That's why you don't answer me. I have been left unread. I can see you've seen. Not like I'm trying to reach you. On your vehicle's extended warranty. Yeah, that's the whole song. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. You know, last week I forgot to do the signature salute that I do every show. Well, I did it this week, so see you guys next time. Alright, have a good one.